Good afternoon, everyone. I am Nicole Ardita, reporter about Prohibited Acts of 9003. So, Republic Act of 9003 declares certain acts as prohibited and provides penalties for offenders. So, some of the prohibited acts under Republic Act 9003 include: first, littering, throwing, dumping of waste matters in public areas, such as roads, sidewalks, canals, steros or parks, and establishment, or causing or permitting the same. This includes the improper disposal of waste materials in public areas like roads, sidewalks, canals, steros, parks, and establishments, which can lead to environmental pollution and health hazards. So, alam nyo na yung mga nagtatapon ng mga basura sa kiliran. Huwag nyo na itong gawin at tandaan natin na ito pala ay makakasira sa ating health and also sa ating environmental. So next, second is undertaking activities or operating, collecting, or transporting equipment in violation of sanitation, operation, and other requirements or permits set forth in established pursuant. Engaging in activities or operating equipment that contravene sanitation operation standards or permits established for waste management, which can compromise public health and environmental safety. So just for example, kung gagawa tayo ng permit for sa gym kasi may gagawin tayong aktibidad, dapat after ng aktibidad is malinis yung venue na pinaggawa natin ng activities. Kasi may multa pala at may acts pala na kapag gumawa tayo ng aktibidad sa certain venue, dapat malinis. Kung ano yung malinis, dapat wala mga basura. So, next, third is the open burning of solid waste. So, burning solid waste openly, which releases harmful pollutants into the air and contributes to air pollution and respiratory issues. So, the open burning of solid waste, dapat hindi natin ito gagawin kasi makakasira ito sa ating respiratory and also sa ating environment. Next is causing or permitting the collection of non-segregated or unsorted waste. So, it means the allowing or facilitating the gathering of waste materials that have not been properly separated or sorted according to their type or category by causing or allowing collection of non-segregated or unsorted waste. Individuals or entities contribute to inefficient waste management. Di ba alam natin na meron tayong kinds na basurahan? Just for like example, sa mga malata, hindi malata, recyclable. Kung ano yung category or type ng basura na ating itatapon, doon natin ilalagay sa exactly or the certain na basurahan. So, next is, the fifth one is squatting in open dumps and landfills. So, it means the unauthorized occupation of open dump sites and landfills posing health risks and environmental degradation. Next, sixth one is the open dumping, burying of biodegradable or non-biodegradable materials in flood-prone areas. So, it means the disposing of biodegradable or the non-biodegradable materials in flood-prone areas. It leads us to contamination of water sources and increased flood risk. Next, the seventh, unauthorized removal of recyclable material intended for collection by authorized persons. So, it means by taking recyclable materials intended for authorized collection, it is disrupting us to recycling processes and waste management efforts. So next, the mixing of source-separated recyclable material with other solid waste in any vehicle, box, container, or receptacle used in solid waste collection or disposal. So, means the combining of source-separated recyclable materials with general solid waste, and it is hindering recycling efforts and contaminating recyclables. So, next, establishment or operation of open dams as enjoined in this act or closure of said dams in violation of section 37. So it means the creating or operating open dams in violation of the law, which can lead us to environmental pollution and health hazards. So, ano nga ba yung Section 37, Republic Act 9003? So, it is also known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act. It pertains the closure and rehabilitation of open dumps. And this section outlines the requirements and procedures for the proper closure and rehabilitation of open dump sites to mitigate environmental risks and ensure the protection of public health and the environment. Next, number 10, the manufacture, distribution, or use of non-environmentally acceptable packaging materials. So, it means the manufacturing, distributing, or using packaging materials that are not harmful to the environment and not in compliance with environmental standards. Just like for example sa mga bilihin, hindi na sila nagpapadala or ng plastic bag, kundi ginagamit na nila yung mga eco bag and paper bag. So next, the importation of consumer products packaged in non-environmentally acceptable materials. So that means the bringing in consumer products packaged in materials that do not meet environmental standards, contributing to waste materials. So, next, the importation of toxic waste misrepresented as recyclable or with recyclable content. So, it means the bringing in toxic waste under the guise of recyclable materials in posing risk to public health and the environment. So next, transport and dump plug in book of collected domestic, industrial, commercial, and institutional waste in areas other than centers or facilities prescribed under this act. So, it means the moving and dumping collected waste in areas not designated for waste disposal, and it lead us to environmental contamination. Site preparation, construction, expansion, or operation of waste management facilities without an environmental compliance certificate required pursuant to Presidential Decree Number 1586. This act and not conforming with the land use plan of the LGU. So it means the building and operating waste management facilities without the necessary environmental clearances, violating environmental regulations. So, Presidential Decree Number 1586 is issued on June 11, 1978. So, it establishes an Environmental Impact Statement or EIS system in the Philippines, and it aims to promote sustainable development, protect the environment, and ensure that economic activities are conducted in manner that preserves the natural resources and ecological balances of the Philippines. So, paghahanda o pagpapatayo ng mga pasilidad ng pamamahala ng basura without the environmental compliance certificate na kinikilala o alinsunod ng Presidential Decree number 1586. Dapat meron tayong environmental compliance certificate na required the pursuant to Presidential Decree number 1586 kasi kapag wala ka nito, hindi kasi sumasang-ayon yung LGU or the land use, hindi sumasang-ayon yung mga LGU na dyan ka mismo magpapatakbo or magpapatayo ng pasilidad. Kasi isa tong batas, dapat natin itong tuparin at sundin. Next, the construction of an establishment within 200 meters from open dams or controlled dams or sanitary landfill. So, that means the building establishes within a specified distance from open dams, controlled dams, or sanitary landfills which can pose health and environmental risks. Dapat if magpapatayo or magpapatakbo tayo ng isang pasilidad or negosyo, dapat within 200 meters from open dams. Kasi kapag ganito yung mangyayari, if malapit lang kayo, is magkakaroon ng environmental risk at also magka-post health sa ating health. The last one is the construction or operation of landfills or any waste disposal facility on any aquifer, groundwater reservoir, or watershed area and or any portions thereof. So it means the establishing waste disposal facilities on aquifers, groundwater reservoir, or watershed areas, risking as to contamination of water sources and ecosystems. Pagpapatayo o pagtatakbo ng landfill sa anumang pasilidad at pagtatapon ng basura sa aquifers, groundwater reservoir, ito ay batas din. Dapat hindi na ito magagawa ng mga tao. Kasi makakasira ito sa ating tubig. Hanggang dito na lamang po ang aking pag-uulat at naway maintindihan ninyo ang aking pag-uulat at sana hindi tayo magtatapon ng basura kahit saan sa ating mga paligid, at dapat tapon natin ito sa tamang basurahan kung saan siya nararapat, at huwag natin saktan ang ating environment, huwag natin saktan yung ating Mother Earth kasi tayo lang yung masasaktan sa huli kasi tayo yung mga gumagawa. Naway tulungan natin magtulong-tulong tayong bawat isa na magpalaganap ng ikakabuti sa ating environment. At sa huli, itatalakay ng aking kasama yung fines and penalties ng Prohibited Act of 9003. And that's all of my report. Naway maunawaan ninyo at may tanim sa inyong isipan. Alam!